A fun football weekend we have as we're joined by Arkansas head coach Sam Pittman on SportsCenter. And coach, I can't believe we're already at game 4 of the season. Your team has had some fun. You've been fun to watch. How would you describe your season so far?
Well, it's been tough. You know, we've played some really good teams to this point. Obviously, had an SEC opener our second week and played a really fine Cincinnati team, and then Coach Petrino's team came in from Missouri State and gave us all we wanted. So you're right, though. The season takes so long to get here, and then look, we're in week 4 now. It goes so fast once it gets here. Takes forever to get here, but once it gets here, it goes so fast.
What have you learned? Look, you just kind of detailed what you did. You had Cincinnati, a playoff team for a year ago. They obviously look different. Spencer Rattler in South Carolina come in, and then you're down 17-0 last week. You have to come back just to get the win. What did you learn about your team in that scenario?
Well, we're a resilient group. I think we have a really strong culture here. Nobody panicked. Panic starts at the top. Nobody panicked. We knew that we had an opportunity to win the game. We had to quit turning the ball over. We turned the ball over 3 times to nothing, and that puts you down to about 11% chance to win the game. And fortunately, we were able to do that with what you're seeing there, a really strong punt return for touchdown late in the game that certainly helped us.
Yeah, and we've seen upsets. I mean, I'm sitting there in studio every Saturday, and it seems like we're talking about an upset from a team that shouldn't be beating a ranked team, and you guys for a while looked as if down 17-0. That's a tall task. So what kind of conversations in the leadership? You talked about the culture. What are you having during the game when things aren't great early?
Well, I think your best coaches don't wait till halftime. They correct things immediately. I think I have a really, really strong staff that can do that. They can't hang on to the ball, however. And, we fumbled on the 1. We fumbled on the 25. We had a tip pass for an interception. And you can't score a whole lot of points if you don't have the ball and you don't take care of it. So there was no panic. We just talked about it at halftime. We did cut it within 3 and thought we'd go out and score immediately. It didn't happen, and they did and went back up 10. But there was just no panic there, and we were hoping that some good things would happen to us. And the leadership on our team's very, very strong, and I was really proud of all the guys at the end of the game.
And you talk about, too, as a head coach, you've got to be, wary of the look ahead, and at least in the second half, you guys were kind of able to turn it around and get the win, especially with your leadership of a quarterback like KJ Jefferson. How has he grown this year, not only as a leader, but as a quarterback?
I think it's how the kids look at him on the team. I think before he was our quarterback, and obviously everybody's going to look at the quarterback as the man. This year, he is looked at differently. He's looked at as a strong leader. He's looked at as the guy when things are going south, that he can fix it. We believe that he can. He has. He's shown that he can. But it's just the respect that he's earned from obviously the players and the coaching staff that makes him so much different. He's throwing the intermediate ball much better than he ever has as well.
You have a quarterback, an experienced guy, and then you've got a younger back in the backfield, Raheim Sanders. He leads the SEC in rushing. He's just a sophomore. He's a good complement. I mean, that offense, when it's clicking between the quarterback and the running back, looks really, really good. What stands out to you about the way he's playing this season?
Well, to be totally honest with you, he was a slot receiver out of high school. So we did not recruit him to play running back. We had some injuries when he came in, and he went to running back. So the first year, he was just a big, hard-running, fast guy. And this year, now he's understanding reads, understanding the play, understanding what the offensive line's doing for him, understanding the leverage of the wideouts for him. And he's just playing with an extremely big amount of confidence. He's a much better player. He's practicing better. He's always been a great, great kid. And that's also helped him grow and stay humble and have these first three really good games for us.
It shows the flexibility too. You go in, you recruited as one position, the team needs you at another. He's been able to step up, and now you guys have to step up to the meat of your SEC schedule. You start with the trip to Arlington, Texas, play Texas A&M at Cowboy Stadium. You guys have been there before. You know what it's like. What are the challenges of one of those neutral site games?
Well, there's many of them. This is our first time on the road, which would mean, crowd noise, things of that nature. They have a big, great-looking SEC football team. On offense, they certainly have a wide receiver or more than one, but Anaya Smith is outstanding. So they can throw and catch the football. Max Johnson had a really good game against Miami. And then they've got a running back, AK, that is fast and super. So they have all levels of goodness, if there's a word there, on offense. Defensively, they're giving up 8.7 points a game. They're stopping everybody. And there's a reason. Obviously, Durkin's a great defensive coordinator. The kids are playing extremely hard. I think their back end is as good as anybody in college football, and they have some big, strong, athletic guys up front. So be a huge, huge challenge for us. And they 0 and 6 at Kane and Smith. They both returned kickoffs, and one obviously Smith on the punt, and they're game changers.
And so, what will it take? Having said all that about what Texas A&M brings to the field, what's it going to take to get it done?
Well, we're going to have to score on offense. I mean, we're going to have to. I think our strength on our team right now is our offense, our offensive line, and our skill. We're going to have to score. We're going to have to hang on to the ball. We're going to have to tackle better. We haven't tackled well this year. We've got to tackle better. We've got to guard. We've got to cover better.